Suffering is really no longer suffering the instant it has meaning in your life. I think there's a lot of Gulf War veterans out there that are suffering. And I also think there's a lot of Gulf War veterans who probably don't see their suffering as having meaning in their life. But let me tell you, it does. Our generation is a great generation. Without having any conflict in front of us, we rose our hand. No reason to raise our hand, but we did. Knowing that there was a possibility that we would deploy and maybe see conflict. Most of our cohorts didn't step up. In fact, you're a small percentage of all of our cohort that rose your hand and volunteered your soul to something greater than yourself. I mean, let's face it. When you go into combat or you join the service, you really gain an appreciation for life and what you're doing with yours and the giving of that life. And many of us rose our hands so that our parents and grandparents and children wouldn't have to fight a war on our soil. That's how we saw it then. And that's what we believed then. Your sacrifice, what happened to you in the Gulf War, is everything that makes you a hero. Wars that came before us and wars that will come after us will be fraught with maiming of human life, destruction of bodily systems with toxic battlefield exposures. None of this will ever change. Ours was unique and different. But the same in many ways. So your sacrifice, that is what happened to you. You sacrificed yourself for something greater. It's not about what's wrong with you. It's about what you did. You sacrificed yourself for the greater good of humanity. That's pretty amazing. And then you came home and you became teachers, police officers, mentors, tutors, firefighters, judges, Facebook group leaders, community activists, advocates for other veterans, and fellow citizens of this great nation. You returned home, and now your service is about teaching others what you gained from that sacrifice and that experience. So your sacrifice has meaning. You're teaching others what you gained. You're teaching others through living your life how to live. Some people don't know how to live life. They don't know how to sacrifice. They don't know how to suffer. And let me tell you, there's no human life on earth that has not suffered, not one. So the value you bring is how to do it. And the value you bring is how to live life to its fullest. You have an appreciation for life. You have an appreciation for freedom, teaching that to your communities. You've returned home to teach the value of sacrifice, to teach empathy. Because you've been there, you can empathize with the generation that's there now. You can give grace and forgiveness. You've gained an appreciation of love for a brother and sister, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of what label has been put on them outside of the military. To you, they were just brother and sister, and they are just brother and sister. So I'll offer this. Your sacrifice is worth it. Everything you did is worth it. Your struggle has meaning. It has meaning beyond your deployment, beyond your initial service, beyond a war, and beyond any illness you have now. Your life and your suffering 100% have meaning, and they're important. And it's important for you to go out into your communities and share the value of life, the value of freedom, the value of sacrifice, and the value of struggle with everyone. Carry on.